There is a book in the archive that should not be here. It has no author listed, no publication date, no record of acquisition. It appears ordinary at first: linen cover, worn corners, a cracked spine that opens too easily, as if it has been read many times by hands that no longer return it to the shelf. What makes it unusual is not what is printed, it is what was added. In the margins, written in two different hands, a conversation unfolds. The earliest entries are tentative, initials only. "Ah, are you writing this down too?" Several pages later, in smaller lettering, pressed carefully between printed lines. I think I have been for a while. I just didn't know it was you." They do not respond immediately to one another. Days pass, sometimes weeks. The book continues uninterrupted, its original text indifferent to what is happening alongside it. The notes grow longer. They begin to respond closer together, as if learning how to share space without colliding. At some point, the initials change. Rowan, written once, then underlined, then written again, without hesitation. Elia, softer, looping, practiced as if spoken aloud before being committed to ink. There is no explanation for the names. They are not introduced. They simply start being used. The margins fill with small, ordinary things. Observations about weather that cannot be verified. Thoughts about time passing strangely. Questions neither of them answer. On one page, beside a chapter break, Rowan has drawn a small egg, unshaded, unbroken. Elia circles it later and writes, "It hasn't happened yet." Midway through the book, the tone shifts. The entries are closer now, sometimes overlapping, sometimes responding on the same line. They speak about familiarity without proximity, about knowing without meeting, about how something can feel continuous even when interrupted. On one page, Elia writes, "If we ever stop writing, does it mean this ends?" Rowan answers in the margin opposite, "No, it just means it doesn't need us anymore." Near the final third of the book, the entries thin, not abruptly, not tragically. They simply become quieter, shorter sentences, fewer questions. The last message, written in Elia's hand, appears beside a paragraph discussing footnotes. "If someone finds this later, I hope they understand we were real." Several pages later, almost missed, written near the gutter, faint but intentional, Rowan adds, "We still are." There are no more entries after that. The rest of the book remains untouched. The egg is never revisited. The margins close. The book stays on the shelf. And now that it has been noticed, it continues to exist. Not because it is read, but because it was written. Where someone might someday look,